Now, here we are in the vitamin department, and you know we need vitamins to stay young and healthy. And you may wonder why a lady of my mature years would be choosing a bottle of prenatal vitamins, which I have been taking, now don't you laugh at me, for 35 years, and I will tell you why. These are full of all the great vitamins we all need, and it's way, way cheaper than buying those special compositions for women over 50. Believe me, honey, I know what I'm talking about. Remember, I just had my 75th birthday. Now then, this is the other thing. Gentlemen who are giving hints about cosmetics will often say, choose a cheaper one, it works just as well. Honey, I want you to know my wrinkle cream is all that's holding me together. And so, I suggest what you can do is you can save dollars and weeks of your cosmetic simply by, when it gets down close to the lid, cut the tube in two. Now there, you can use that cosmetic there in the bottom, and then you just put it back together and it lasts. I've been working on this one at least 8 weeks. Very simple. See, all you do, cut close to the bottom. It gives you a whole new jar of your favorite cream, and you'll be looking good. We're all living on a shoestring these days. Everybody's doing comparison shopping and worrying about saving money. So to help out, we took our Never Too Late camera to the supermarket where I've shopped for almost 30 years to bring you some money-saving ideas you never thought of. Well, I want you to meet my co-host today. Bob Reiler presents seminars, workshops.
I do.
Called
Living on a Shoestring.
For
older adults, for younger adults, for people of all ages, for families, for singles, you name it.
And what is the big thing that we want to give just as many hints as we can today? What are some of the top hints that you really think people want to hear?
Well, one of the important things is that people can eat very well, very healthy, without sacrificing on or skimping on money. You can buy some fresh stuff that is just wonderful, and it's usually locally grown, or pretty close to locally grown, and it's just wonderful food that you can prepare quite easily.
And the produce department right here behind us, everything looks so tempting, but there are still some ways to cut money. What are they?
There are some very easy ways to cut money. You know, we have a regular old russet potato. Okay.
You want me to hold your potato?
Right now it's on sale, but you can get them for, depending upon the season, 50 cents perhaps, or 75 cents, or you can get a frozen potato, which will run like $2 or better. So you can cut your bill by about 75% by buying just a regular old potato. And they last. You can have that on the shelf for quite a while.
And of course the canned one is usually the cheapest of all.
Well, the can one, this one ran about $1.37, I believe it was. And I've rarely seen canned sliced potatoes.
And Bob, there's a reason for that.
The fresh is so good.
It is so good.
If you look at this one, it's got a lot of salt in it too.
Well, what else have you got here? We've got broccoli. You know how I love broccoli.
Broccoli, or you can buy the chopped up stuff in the frozen section. Fresh is so much better. How long does it take to chop up some broccoli? It doesn't take any time at all.
Plus, instead of giving the kids expensive snacks, you fix them veggies and dip, and after a while, when they've starved for a while, they will love it.
Broccoli is a wonderful, wonderful.
Now we've got a grapefruit.
You can buy a regular old red grapefruit, okay?
Yes.
Or you can buy it, it's already in a jar, it's already sliced up, it's so easy, but it doesn't take long. But again, we're saving about 75% by buying just a regular old grapefruit.
Well, one thing that we worry about is spending too much. Credit cards are so easy to spend money on. Now, this is actually an idea from one of your seminars. Mm-hmm. But if you fear that you are going to be maxing out your credit cards, the best thing to do is to put them on ice. Now, I have put 2 of my much used and dearly beloved credit cards into an ice cube. Here they are. Talk about frozen assets. You can't put that in the microwave, and by the time it thaws, I might be out of the mood. Bob, this is always what I think of the cereal aisle as the aisle of greatest temptation. When I had the kids little or bring the grandkids, it's buy me this, Grandma, buy me that, and it's so hard to say no to them, and it's all expensive.
The cereal aisle can be very expensive, but it can also be a very good aisle to visit. There are a lot of natural products now that are on sale, and this particular item here, I can pronounce everything that's in it. There are no
right
chemicals,
away, that's
which is really good.
But how about the big money savers? saving.
cereals, you got to watch out. It's designed for kids on so many of these boxes, cartoon characters,
Show
bright
us.
colors and everything, and you kind of got to get yourself down to a kid's level. And this is what they're seeing. They're not looking up there, they're looking down here. And in this case, there's a box of cereal here. It's $5 a pound. The store brand right next to it is $3.41 a pound. So, you know, it's a valuable savings just to be able to look real quickly at those two tags and see the difference.
$2 is a lot, Bob.
$2 is a lot.
This is one of my very favorite money-saving tips. Rather than buying a whole can of tomatoes or tomato sauce or whatever, this is $1.71 a can. What you do when you do have tomato sauce, soup, bouillon, anything left over, put it in a 1-quart bag, freeze it flat. Now that's kind of fun because you can smack it down. Then it stores easily, just like files in filing cabinets. You can see exactly what you have. Leave it in the freezer though. And then when you need a little something extra to soup up something, break off a corner. See, this is so good. Often you'll drop it on the floor and it doesn't hurt a thing. You just break off a corner, put it in. It's cost you nothing. These were things you were going to throw away. How good is that? But Simone, I think sometimes we forget that one of the great money-saving opportunities is just buying the house brand at any store, really. But I remember when I was young one time, when I was young, you didn't buy house brand because it just wasn't as good. And that's just not true anymore, is it?
You know, I work a lot of hours, and you know, when I get off work, I like to save time and I like to save money. Okay,
Yeah, I should think so.
I have grandkids, children, and I like to feed my family. And I like to shop for preferred savings. I like to take my ad and go through my preferred card savings. And when you go throughout the store, you can pick up great savings in our Albertsons brand.
Now these two carts are full of identical foods,
You bet.
but one is national brands, the other is house brands. What is the total savings?
The total savings between the two carts are exactly $167.55.
Wowie!
And the quality of the food is fantastic. You have some organic options, which are very healthy for your family, as well as very great savings for your family. The product tastes great, and my grandkids love it.
I was going to say, you must be renting those grandkids. You're not old enough to have them. We finish up our money-saving tour at our local library. Library use is up, and it's hard to imagine a community resource that offers more. Free family passes to museums, free computers, even help with homework. And Bob had a reminder for us here.
This is my little tool. We put in a little bit of cash every time we get paid, and this is our fun money, if you will. You
That's
know, to
you
go
and
to
your
the
family, your wife.
Yeah, my wife and I.
Best beloved.
And we just keep that in there, and that's all we get.
And if you put, how much do you put in every week?
We put in $100 a month, and that's for our, you know, if we want to go to a movie,
What a
if
good
we want
fellow
to go
you
to do something special like that, that's what we use.
I think that's wonderful. And so if you go in, look, and it's empty, then you're going to think of something else
We
entertaining
think of something
to
else.
do.
We generally come to the library and get ourselves a video.
And finally, money-saving tips on clothes. I want you to know that Keith here spent 25 cents for this beautiful designer tie, and Bob $20 for this wonderful sweater, but he did it 20 years ago. What do you want, really? Kathy spent $13 for this beautiful, beautiful velvet jacket and this shirt, and $15 for this incredible Chinese jacket, which everyone so admires. And to tell you the frank truth, this outfit, this whole wonderful, gorgeous outfit, was $13. Can you believe it? And how did we do it? At thrift shops and consignment shops. Don't overlook them. You just keep watching Never Too Late for lots of the latest information, or go to our website, www.itsnevertoolate.com. I'm Dorothy Wilhelm.